Ta-da!
Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in Lund, Sweden. For today's video, we will be playing Day 12 of Battle for the Borderlands. The battle today will be between the Wild Ones and the Seaguard of Lothern. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Warbands and take a look at the board. Alright, for our first Warband, we have the Wild Ones. This is a little bit of an interesting list in that there are very few actual figurines that are not animals. Our leader here is going to be the Orc Boy's boss. His name is Izhar, and he has the worn boots of unseemly haste, so he also has the swift stride special rule, so he can keep up with the rest of his troop. In addition to him now, we have 2 wolves and we have 6 wild boars. So there you go, 100 points of the Wild Ones. And for our second warband, a more conventional list, we have the Seaguard of Lothern using the blue dice today. And they are led here by their leader, Enthoc the Defiant. And he has the handcrafted ammo, so he does not suffer long range penalty. In addition, he is joined by 2 other dogs of war. We have the Regimental Standard, and for this spearman, we have the spiky shoulder plates that gives him the impact hits. In addition, we have 6 more High Elf spearmen, and they have both light armor and spear for a 5+ save. So there you go, 100 points of the Lothern Seaguard. And here's our board for today. We've got a 4x4 foot board with a bit of a desert theme, although there's a little bit of vegetation popping out, but we've got lots of old rundown buildings, which I think is something you would expect in the Borderlands. Nevertheless, there is some sort of magical orb in the center. Perhaps this used to be a thriving village or some sort of city center, but now it is withering away in the Borderlands. Well, this will be what we're fighting for today, and let's go ahead and see who starts out deployment. High Elves using the blue dice, and the Wild Ones using the green. Here we go. And it will be the High Elves. Here's the deployment now. We've got the High Elves that chose this side over here, and they have decided to defend this wall to start off with, like sentries on the wall. And over here we have our leader perched up on his building with a nice bird's eye view for his shooting. And if we come over here now, we can see the Wild Ones. We've decided to split our forces into 2. Over on this side we've got our 4 boars, and in the center we've got our leader. And over here, 2 wolves with 2 boars on that side. Hopefully we'll be able to overwhelm the High Elves by just charging from both flanks. Okay, here we go. On a 1 to 5, the Wild Ones will get the first turn. Oh no, it's a 6! That's huge! So the High Elves get to decide, and the High Elves will take the first turn. So here we go. Turn 1, High Elves. Okay, I think what we're going to do now is just take all these guys and sort of march them down here towards the center, protecting both flanks and with the possibility of going up the hill. So let's go ahead and march them out. And there is their final position. I also moved our general over onto that rock perched up there. He marched, so he was unable to shoot this turn. Okay, that's the end of that turn. Let's go on to Wild Ones, turn 1. All right, we've got a lot of marching here with these wolves. Let's just throw them up here. We'll put one up here. We'll put the other one on the other side. And let's see what kind of distance we're looking at there. That's a little too close. Let's actually back them up. We'll put them within 12 inches, so the average charge range for the High Elves. So there we go. In addition, we can march our leader up here and bring him also right up into the middle. Same thing with these boars. Let's slide them up here, and we will keep them also outside of the average charge range of the archers, or excuse me, of the spearmen, which is marked by that blue die. And same thing with these boars. We will just slide them all up here within 13 inches, but outside of that 12-inch charge range of the spearmen. So there we go. That brings us to the end now of the Wild Ones turn 1. Let's move over to High Elf turn 2. Boy, this is really difficult. I don't really like to do this usually, but I'm going to back these guys up right here, each of them 2 inches, so they are outside of the average charge range of all of those different guys. I don't like to usually go backwards, but at this point I'm going to let them make the choice and the decision here. And meanwhile, I can shoot down here and hopefully pick off one of these and have a whole bunch of panic tests, send those running away. All right, let's go ahead and shoot right here onto this boar. We're going to be hitting on 3s. No, that's a 1. End of the Seaguard turn. Let's go on to the Wild Ones. Charges to declare. Let's go ahead and declare a charge from these boars, and we will have each one of them pick one of these 4. They're all going to hold. Same thing over here. We're going to have these 2 charge on the ones that are the closest here, and they will hold. And finally, we will have each of these wolves charge the left one here and the right one there, and they will also hold. Okay, I hope this is the right strategy. We're going to need to roll 9s on Swift Stride in order to catch up with all those. So let's go ahead and roll them out. This first one here, triple 1s. An amazing start. Let's take the next guy here. And he got an 11, so he is going to make it in right there. Third guy, 10, so he made it in. And the last guy, oh, that was close, but that is a 9, so he's going to make it in with the 9. We'll come right here. All right, so this guy, he's hitting on a 7, and this one, on an 8 and a 7. First one here, on an 8. Yes, he gets it. And the second one on a 7. No, he will go ahead 3 inches. Final position there. Final charge starting here. He is going to need to show a 3. No problem, so he will come crashing down here. This guy unfortunately is blocked, but we can roll him out anyway. And he gets a double 6, so we will bring him down 1 inch behind his friend on the hill. Remaining moves, let's go ahead and march this guy up. His march movement will bring him right to the bottom of that hill. Oh, this is super exciting. I really like how this is playing out. Let's go ahead and take these combats now. All right, let's start with this combat here. The High Elves are hitting on 3s and ASF, so roll again. And wounding on a 5. We got tough boars, and that is a wound. So that will remove this guy from combat. We need to roll for both of those guys. Let's start with him. He can use Inspiring Presence of his leader, so a 7. He is fine, and our leader himself also needs to roll a 7. No, he rolls a 10. We don't have any re-roll. He's going to turn around and go 9 inches. Actually, he will go 9 inches directly away from that combat. So there he goes up the hill and right over here by the ruin, literally heading for the hills. All right, next one. Let's go here for this combat. We're hitting on 3s. Yes, and wounding on a 4. No. Coming back now, hitting on a 4 and wounding on a 5. Oh, we got it. 6+ save. This is huge. No, so our standard is gone. That was enormous. Causing panic tests on these 2 for leadership 8. First one, he is fine. Second one, he is also fine. Let's head over now to these 2 boars. They have the Tusker charge, which gives them +2 strength, so let's hope they get a chance to actually fight. All right, starting here, we need a 3 to hit and a 5 to wound. We got a 5, so we will remove him from combat. He already took a panic test, so no worry there. Let's go over here, 3 to wound, no, re-rolling for ASF, and a 5 to wound. Oh no, coming back with a 4 now, and we got it, and wounding on a 2. No, it's a 1! And that's the end of the Wild One turn 2. Let's run down here and flip it over to turn 3, High Elves. Charges to declare, we got a whole bunch. This guy is gonna charge in there, no problem. This guy will charge in here, no problem there. Let's get rid of that. And he has the spiky plates, we can remember that, so he gets the impact hits. Let's turn this guy around, charge there, he can get in no problem. This guy charging in there. And these 2 guys, let's see, we should actually roll them out just to make sure. Okay, he is in, no problem. And the second guy, with a 9, no problem. So those guys are all charged in place. Shooting, let's go ahead and take a shot from our leader down here onto that wolf. All right, here we go, hitting on a 3. Yes, and wounding on a 4. Got him, that wolf is gone. Combat, let's start here with these 2 spearmen, hitting now on 3s with ASF, so roll that one again. Nope, and wounding now on a 5. These things are so strong. Got it. Let's head over here, impact hit first. Let's resolve that. We get an impact hit on a 5. Nope. So let's go ahead and attack 2 on 3s, re-rolling that. No. Wounding on 5. No. So coming back now. Let's direct this one against the guy with the spiky shoulder pads. So needing a 4, yes, and wounding with a 4, yes, and we have a 5+ save for the spearmen. And he gets it with a 6. Last combat now, we got 3 attacks on the wolf, hitting on 3s, ASF. So 2, and wounding now on 4s. And there's 1 wound, so he's gone. And with that now, they drop below their breaking point, so they will have to roll on their next turn for a route test. With that, we wrap up the turn for the Lothern Seaguard. Let's go ahead and roll the route test for the wild ones. Okay, here we go. Leadership of 7. That's an average roll. Let's see if we can pull it off. No, that's a 9. So the wild ones will take off. All of the animals will run away to the far reaches of the battlefield, and the leader will continue fleeing off the field. So the Lothern Seaguard have won. There's a couple of these guys who never made it into combat, but the High Elves did a pretty good number on them after all. Congratulations, High Elves. All right, let's go ahead and roll for our upgrades. 2d6 plus the number of kills. I think we got 1 kill. I'm having a hard time remembering right now. That was such a long time ago. We'll go ahead and add 1 to it. 2d6 plus 1. And that is a 6 and a 7. So Master at Arms, your leader gains +1 weapon skill or +1 ballistic skill. Let's give him +1 ballistic skill. And with that, his ballistic skill now turns into a 5. With that victory, the Seaguard of Lothern now advances to the second round, where they will take on the winner of the game between the Miners and the Empire Swordsmen. So look for those games coming up soon. Stay tuned, they should be pretty exciting. Well, thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming, where Grey can always play.